Police have arrested a woman who was allegedly seen pouring paraffin at the building that caught fire in the Johannesburg CBD this morning. Now, the fire that broke out on the corner of Commissioner and Nugget Street claimed the lives of 2 people. Now, firefighters have managed to extinguish the blaze that ravaged through the 2-story building. For an update on this, let's take you to our reporter, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who's monitoring developments. Mbalenhle, thank you for your time. So take us through the latest on the ground.
Well, Mqolisi, what you see in front of you are visuals of some of the people who have been displaced, the families that have been staying inside this building that we saw going up in flames this morning. And certainly this is a very sad situation. We are going to try and catch up with some of them to establish, what sort of arrangements have been made and, how they feel about, losing or having lost their belongings in that fire. But for now, I'm joined by a ward councilor who is going to talk to us about what is next what's next really, and what will happen to these families that are here. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Talk to us about this building. We understand that illegally occupied buildings are usually what others call hijacked buildings or so on. Do we know anything about the ownership or who owns this building? Is it the city of Johannesburg?
Okay, first of all, let me just welcome your viewers at home who are watching us live now. The one who's standing here is Councilor Mbengwa for Ward 123. I'm standing in for Councilor Munyamini, who is breathing at home because there is a funeral at home. His niece passed away, who was staying with him. So what happened here is the whole problematic building that we have in the inner city. Number one, this is a private entity. It's owned by a dubious. There's a dubious ownership which is sitting at court because they're claiming that they own, the so-called owners are claiming that they own it, but the way that they say they've acquired is very dubious. But let's leave that matter to the court. We are at court with them. The people have been told that this building has been condemned, even when you are standing outside. But we have got a problem here in the inner city, which ranges from when we are trying to intervene. We have got number one enemy, these dubious NGO like SERI. Now there is another one called the Inner City Federation, which are there to definitely make sure that the Joburg city is run into Islam. That one we understand that there is that agenda. The problem that we have, we don't know who's funding these people. They are anti-whatever who are funding it, but what we are here, we have got this problem that we have. In the morning,
I have to cut in. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure if we can call NGOs and human rights lawyers as dubious. I'm going to ask you to please retract that statement. We are live, and I truly apologize to the viewers for this. But as we continue, do we know how this fire started?
Early in the morning, what we have gathered is very exclusive, and I wanted the report about what happened to come from the police because there is a case that has been opened. Apparently, the one, I think, couple, they had a squabble, and somebody decided to doze the unit. So it's a case which is sitting with the police as we speak. However, in the early hours of this morning, as early as past 4, then I got a call as a councillor, because this is just on the edge of my ward, that there is a fire here and we have to stand up to this. And then we came on board on that one, and then we informed the emergency service to say there's a problem here. They responded within a space of time. Unfortunately, we hear that there are fatalities that happen, which I want the EMS to confirm what really happened, because as a councillor, I can't confirm that. I can't speak on that one.
No, certainly. But can you at least share what will happen to the more than 70 families that stayed here?
Let me correct the number that you are saying, because the number that is there is actually a number which is populated by this, which you have requested me earlier that I must not say dubious NGOs for their legality, whatever score that they wanted to do. But the number that is there is not that 75 from what we're getting now. I will get the actual number, but it's way now less than that because we are doing the head count. But we are seeing a whole lot of lists because at first when we were dealing with these things, we saw 163 people, but the number that we're getting is lesser than that.
So what you're saying is that you're disputing the number of families that stayed in this household, in this building.
Exaggerated from the list that has been done by this so-called NGO. It was exaggerated for the terms of the courts. I want to say that one on record. I saw it because I was controlling that because we are assisting. Now, let's run first to what was going to happen. What is going to happen is that we are ascertaining who is who there. We have got the high population of foreign nationals again, who are here in their own way of illegality. We must sometimes face the fact, but we are going to help everybody. On the humanitarian point of view, we are arranging where people will be staying. We are arranging the hot meals. We are arranging everything for their predicament.
Thank you so much for your time. There you have it. One of the ward councillors saying that everyone who lived in the building will be assisted and they will find alternative accommodation for them, and also just disputing the numbers that have been provided, saying that according to the head count that they have done shortly, the numbers seem to be far less than the ones that were stated much earlier.